Thank you for downloading and or streaming our little bit of fun. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Alternatively, pop along to plughead.net and leave a message on the site. Either way, we'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, it's a podcast and it's a panel quiz. It's a video game pod quiz. It's the 29th of August and this is Level Up. In the best video game traditions, the aim of the game is to gain experience and level up. XP is earned by answering questions correctly, being interesting or amusing, and generally appealing to my better nature. And while players can't lose XP, answering incorrectly, camping or questioning my authority, no matter how well informed or downright wrong I may be, will see XP awarded to the other players. The winner will be the player who has reached the highest level come the end of the game. And this week, our players are all champions of the word hurdles. Player 1 is a man who by now needs no introduction. Player 2 is the returning freelance emperor of the internet, David Gower.
Hello.
And player 3 is just about coming down from his Gamecom high, is Joe Robinson.
Hiya.
Round 1 is character creation. Video games offer us an opportunity to completely reimagine ourselves to be muscular, slim, dexterous, a genius, a gun-wielding megalomaniac, have luxurious flowing hair. But if there was just one aspect you could change of yourself, one attribute you could max out, what would it be and why? Starting with David B.
I think I would give myself incredibly strong body odor on demand. So if I'm assailed by an enemy, I could then instantly switch on the repello smell and blast them away with waves of skunk odor.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you want to just be like genetically combined with a skunk.
Yeah, with a tail as well.
With a little stripe on the back, with Pepe Le Pew. With a nice French accent.
Without the accent, though.
Oh.
German accent instead.
German skunk.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Dave G.
I would like the ability to throw things really hard. For no other purpose than when I get really annoyed, I can flip a table. Any table, even if it's bolted down. Flip the whole room.
I was going to say, the ability to flip a table. Yeah, I would have thought you could do that now. Yeah.
No, well, being in big office areas where they're all cubicled up, they're all like massive, hunky, chunky, big metal things.
If you're strong enough, you could just flip the whole building if you were that angry, I suppose.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, the more angry I am, the more I can flip. I can flip all of Wiltshire when I get really annoyed.
So, Hulk with the table fetish. Okay. And Joe?
I would like to not have to sleep. Because I really like my sleep, but it's actually a bit of a time drain. I can think of so many better things to do. Like at the moment, I've got games to play. I'm already, trying not to eat, trying not to do anything I'm supposed to do to actually survive as a human being. I just want to play games. So if I eliminated sleep, give me more time to do all those other things and play more games.
That's a good one.
I like that. Yeah.
I like that.
I'll be sleepless man.
I think that's a superpower we could all go with if you didn't have to sleep. Like you say, but having said that, if we didn't have to sleep, if we could all do that and none of us had to sleep, assuming a superpower would be the next stage of human evolution and we didn't have to sleep, our working days would just double. Employers would make us work twice as long, and that would suck.
But he could call himself Sleeper Man, as in Superman, Sleeper Man. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's.
Surely you should lose points for that one. I know you can't take.
Oh, I've got -1. I know I said it was like QI, but no.
Okie-dokie. Round 2 is the news rectangle because it's a round based on a roundup of all the news that's been doing the round. There are 3 imaginary boxes for the players to select from, which will lead to a question rooted in a news story from the past 7 days. Joe, we'll start with you. Pick a number from 1 to 3.
3.
What saucy pixels are going to need a league of their own?
Wow. God, what's actually happened this week?
We never said this would be easy.
The clue is in the question, to be fair. So.
Yeah, when you said League of Their Own, the only thing that springs to mind is League of Legends. Is something happening with that, or is someone released a porn Dota kind of game? I don't know.
There is something happening with League of Legends.
Oh, it is, yeah. I don't really play MOBAs. I don't really get them. I'm more of an old school strategy player myself.
The Davids want to jump in and?
I have to say I don't know anything about League of Legends. This is a very poorly thought out first question.
No, it is to do with a League of Legends tournament that's due to start on the 12th of September in Iran.
Yes, no, yeah.
Yeah. Too late now. Yeah, the tournament have banned a large number of the game's female characters from being involved due to the revealing nature of their attire.
Yeah, a lot of them have alternate costumes that have even fewer clothes on. I mean, it's impressive the level of undress the girls are at. But having said that, a lot of the guys are just bare-chested meat machines as well. So it's just none of them. And then you've got Teemo.
What?
I actually thought it was something different. For some reason, when I read it, I thought they were banning female players from participating in the tournament, not female avatars. So I got it completely wrong. I thought Iran was on one of its kind of Sharia law kicks again or something.
Well, it's still related. It's still the displaying of body parts that aren't supposed to be shown if you're a female. It makes you wonder why they bothered having the tournament. Yeah.
How amazing would it be if all the characters were given new skins? They're all in burqas and stuff like that, and every female character looked the same because they had burqas on. That'd be brilliant.
It would be brilliant.
I'm sure that'd be funny for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, but it would be interesting. Tactically, it would be interesting because no one would know what abilities they had because they're all the same.
It would completely randomise the fight, and
yeah, because you think, a female character. Which one's that? I don't know because they all look the same. So you wouldn't have a strategy to fight that particular character.
Mm.
But then again, I don't know anything about MOBAs, so maybe that's not how it works.
Oh no, it is. From what I do know. Like if you look at a character, you instantly know, or if you play it a lot, you should know what their skill sets are and what their general role in a match is, kind of thing.
Ah.
So yeah, if you can't recognise them, then it's like, completely unknown to you, I suppose. That would be quite fun to watch.
Mm.
It's a good idea. I think we should just stop recording now and submit a petition to Riot. Copyright this stuff. We can make loads of money out of it. It'll be fine.
Right, Dave G next. We have 1 and 2 left.
I will have 1, please.
Number 1. Who's decided that 2D is the new 3D?
That would be Unity with their new 4.3 patch. Oh no, it's not. What am I talking about? It's Nintendo with their stupid thing.
Oh God, no. I was going to answer and get a point.
That's confusing. Unity have merged Unity 2D and Unity 3D into one package.
We see that's both interesting and informative, so that's clearly bonus XP for that as well.
Ooh,
brilliant. But yes, your other answer was just as right, and just as interesting. It's Nintendo who have announced the launch of the 2DS, a 3DS without the 3D and a solid form factor rather than the clamshell, priced around the £100 mark and targeted at the under 7 age bracket. It's set to launch alongside Pokemon X and Y in October. Interesting move from Nintendo, this, don't we think?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of what are they doing, and then versus the kind of actually makes sense, and it does actually make kind of sense. Because I personally don't really want to upgrade to a 3DS because it's quite pricey, and I literally don't care about 3D. I want it to die as quickly as possible. But I would probably buy a 2DS because it plays the games I want to play, namely Fire Emblem and the upcoming Pokemon games, and it's cheaper as well. So I think they've targeted that quite well. It's a bit odd though because they're packing a lot of hardware into a relatively short space of time, and I'm worrying they're going a bit overboard. But as far as the 2DS on its own, I have no problems with it. I think it's it has its place in the market.
I agree, Dave.
I have zero interest in Nintendo and any of its products, so fuck them. I don't care.
It's interesting for me because I wasn't a fan of the 3DS, not so much for the 3D, which again I can take or leave, although I do think it certainly does help with some of the games. But the 3DS I just found really uncomfortable. The 3DS XL, on the other hand, I absolutely love, and I wouldn't be without it now. But having said that, my kids terrify the life out of me, especially my 3-year-old, when he comes over and goes, "What you playing?" grabs it and yanks it, because those hinges ain't that strong, and he's already had an old DS Lite, crack the hinge on that, just again 'cause he's curious, he wants to know what you're playing, and he grabs it and he pulls it. A solid form factor aimed at kids, perfect.
I'll be interested to see sort of actual data on this, because I did see some tweets from people who worked in game or at retail saying that the most common, return complaint they got was that the hinges had broken because the kids had broken it or whatever. But the screens aren't exactly heavily fortified either. I'd love to see the kind of stats of hinge breakages versus screen breakages, just to see, whether they're the same, because the 2DS doesn't fold. They've gotten rid of the hinge problem, but they're kind of assuming that the screens aren't going to be that easy to break as well. So
again, to be fair, I can only go on what I've seen with my kids. And when the little fella goes at has got the stylus in his hand, he gives it some welly. Yeah, he has me wincing, but they've survived. So
the stylus screen is pretty strong. I played Owendan on one of the older DSs, and no matter how hard I jabbed the screen, they didn't seem to care very much.
I also think, just as a final point, that I can't imagine why more aren't broken, because the games aren't so terrible that you would just smash it in a rage.
The games are good, Dave.
No,
there's good games.
No, Nintendo's never made a good game.
The external kind of durability of Nintendo products is incredible. If you're not thrown a Wii remote at a wall, they're indestructible.
Mine's broken.
What did you do?
I didn't. I bought it second hand, and the stupid nunchuck thing doesn't work.
Well, there's a moral to that story.
There is.
Don't buy anything second hand.
Well, there's two morals to the story. One, you must have had a terrible childhood, and two, don't buy second hand.
I had a Spectrum and then a PC. That was good enough for me. No Nintendo bullshit.
A lot of your anger issues are starting to make sense now, Dave, I have to say.
PC gaming master race.
That's the way. Yes, Elite. 1337 PC, that's the way.
Okay, then, Mr. Elite, this will be a doddle for you then. You're left with number 2, which is...
Is it a question about Nintendo?
It's not. No.
Another one.
Who wants you to pay a subscription and so not have to pay a subscription?
Oh,
I know this.
My mind's exploded and I can't... Oh,
Dave, this should be an easy one for you.
I know, and that's what I know it. I know it's an MMO or something. That is... it's going to include a lot of the content.
Can I answer?
Go on, answer. I know this, and I could be very angry.
Okay, go on, Joe. Take it over.
NCSoft's new MMO, or upcoming MMO, WildStar, has just announced their payment solution for their game, and it's a lot similar to EVE Online in the sense that there is a subscription model, but if you earn enough in-game currency, you can buy the time codes to keep playing without actually having to pay any money. So it's a lot similar to EVE Online, which has a similar system. I think it's the only MMO up until WildStar to use that system, as far as I know.
What he said.
Well, again, brilliant, interesting, informative.
But wrong.
Not the answer I had, but again, XP for being able to enlighten us with your gaming knowledge there, Joe.
Not what he said.
No, the actual answer I was looking for was Bethesda, who are looking for the Elder Scrolls Online players on Microsoft and Sony platforms to be excused from also having to be Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus subscribers.
Oh, yeah, I saw that as well.
Microsoft have already announced that, as with current generation subscriptions, all the key features and online content will be behind the Xbox Live paywall, whether or not services such as Netflix or Sky already carry a subscription. While Sony have confirmed that such access will be available without the PlayStation Plus subscription, but once the PS4 is launched, the PlayStation Plus subscription will be required for online gaming. It seems that unless there is a significant shift from the platform holders, console Elder Scrolls Online players will have to double down.
Yeah, no.
I've never... Carry on.
Sorry, Dave, that's my fault there.
No, go on, Joe.
I was just going to say that's quite annoying. I loved how Sony snuck in the whole a mandatory PS Plus subscription during their E3 conference, and I didn't really. It was inevitable, really, but it is kind of sad that it's leading to situations like this where players might have to double down on subscriptions just because a platform holder, either won't or can't get around that problem.
I agree to a point. I mean, I don't like the Xbox Live subscription as it is. I've got a gold subscription myself at the minute, but it does frustrate me that I'm effectively paying twice for content because I don't use Xbox Live for multiplayer gaming as such. It's very rare I play online on a console. I tend to stick with my online gaming on the PC, so that does frustrate me. I would be less frustrated with PlayStation Plus subscription, not so much because of the online play side of it, but because at least you get free games through it as well. That makes it more appealing. If you're paying for the subscription for extra content, free games, and you also need it for your online play, that's fair enough. Because again, they're not putting the likes of Netflix behind that paywall. You'll still have access to that without the PlayStation Plus subscription. So I'm a lot more in the PS4 camp as far as the online subscription is concerned than I am in the Microsoft.
Okay.
Killed that one, didn't I?
No, that's
Very. I could do nothing other than agree with you. So it's kind of like
we can
well
always,
done.
let's move on.
Round 3 next, which is the retro round. This is where players buzz in to answer questions about gaming's past. So first things first, let's hear those audible identification devices. Dave B. Dave G.
Come here!
Super. And Joe. They're all super. And this week we're going back to 2001. And we're starting with hardware first. And barely 2 years after its launch, production of this console ceased, and the platform holder announced in January it was leaving the hardware market to concentrate on game development and publishing.
I bid you well.
Dave G.
The Dreamcast, wasn't it? And Sega just going, I've had enough of this.
It was indeed the Sega Dreamcast, and Sega deciding, no, hardware isn't working for us.
Shenmue will save the platform. That's all I ever read about the Dreamcast.
And people are still saying it now.
Yeah, they are.
I never really owned a Dreamcast. It kind of passed me by. I think I had a friend who had one, and I played it a little bit, but I think by then I had my Nintendo 64, and I was just happy with that, to be honest.
What's a Dreamcast?
It was a really poor console that people rave about and think was better than it was.
Yeah.
Played PlayStation games really well, though.
Did it?
Yeah, Bleemcast was amazing. It was just
I wasn't
had
aware of that.
a really good PlayStation emulator on it. It was entirely illegal, but it was, it worked. It was very good.
Awesome. Maybe that's why people like it. Also in January, 2 months after its European release, developer Bizarre Creations earned North American kudos for this Dreamcast exclusive racing game.
It was a Dreamcast exclusive racing game.
There was a Dreamcast exclusive racing game. No one? Okay.
I referenced my earlier comment about not owning.
Go on, David Brown.
I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. Ridge Racer.
It was not Ridge Racing, and
Sega Rally.
Anybody that ever owned
any racing game.
PlayStation
Euro
1 will
Truck
know that
Simulator
a launch title for the original PlayStation was Ridge Racer, so it certainly wasn't a Dreamcast exclusive. No, the answer was Metropolis Street Racer.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Shocking. Well,
All you know.
with the demise of the Dreamcast, the series moved to the Xbox, with the first release being a launch title for Microsoft's new venture. But with the change in platform came a change in name. David Brown.
Is it Forza Motorsport?
It
something
wasn't the Forza.
Like that? Oh, I know what it is.
Dave
Was
Gallett.
Was it Midnight Racing?
It wasn't Midnight Racing either, no.
It wasn't Project Gotham or something like that, was it?
It was Project Gotham Racing, yes.
Ah, well.
When it moved onto the Xbox, the name was changed to Project Gotham Racing.
Was it in Gotham, as in the Batman Gotham?
No.
Why was it called Gotham then?
I've never seen a suitable answer to that question. And we can't ask Bizarre Creations because unfortunately they're no longer with us.
Oh well.
After Activision shut them down, the bastards. Liverpool's finest. On the subject of the Xbox, though, 2001 saw the debut of an IP that's become synonymous with Microsoft's consoles and which claimed to be combat evolved. That was Dave Gower.
I've got the much faster button here. It's Halo, obviously.
It is Halo, obviously, yes. Nice, easy one. Who's the protagonist? I think that was actually David Brown.
Is it Master Chef? Oh, Chief.
It's Master Chief. Bonus XP to anybody who can tell me his full name.
John 117.
Absolute
He didn't buzz
genius.
in.
Well
He didn't
done.
buzz in. He didn't buzz.
For knowing that Master Chief's name is John 117, you don't have to buzz in. You automatically go to the top of the class. Brilliant.
I'm a bit of a Halo fanboy, so I like Halo.
Get your finger on your buzzer then, because you're shooing for this one. Who is the AI that assists Master Chief throughout the series? There you go, Joe.
Cortana.
It is indeed Cortana.
Oh, I thought it was Showdown.
We had that problem last time we were on the show when none of us knew what that was.
Flashback to System Shock 2. Excellent.
Oh no.
While we said farewell to Sega's hardware, we said hello to yet another Nintendo handheld. Which one was it this time?
Let us ride to Camelot.
David Brown, I think.
Game Boy Advance.
It was indeed the Game Boy Advance, which launched Japan in March and America and Europe following in June. Rare, then a second-party developer for Nintendo, gave us which game starring a hard-drinking and foul-mouthed squirrel? Dave Gower.
Oh no, I've gone blank. Oh no. Oh no. No, it's gone.
That's gone. Man.
It's gone.
I don't think
Dave,
that's
Joe, want to jump in?
Is it Crash Bandicoot? No,
No.
no. Banjo Kazooie.
It-
No.
It's Conker's Bad Fur Day.
That's the one.
Oh.
This
I thought it
was
was
It's got an opera about a toilet. It's
yes, a turd that sings opera. Quality gaming. This wasn't Conker's first video game appearance, though. That came in 1997 when he was a playable character in which racing game?
Well, that's the round table.
Dave Brown.
Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2 isn't a racing game, David.
Isn't it?
You
Well,
know
there's a train racing bit. Oh no, hang on, no.
yeah. Well, Half-Life 2 also came out a bit too late for that.
Yeah, probably.
Is it Project Gotham Racing? I don't know.
It isn't Project Gotham Racing, no. It was Diddy Kong Racing.
That's not a racer either.
It is. It's an adventure racing game, and it is really, really good game. Overshadowed by Mario Kart, which I think is unfair. It's at least as good as, if not better, particularly for the adventure elements of it. So there you go.
But Nintendo have never made a good game.
It was made by Rare.
Well, that's all right. It must be good then.
A $60 million lawsuit by which spoon botherer against Nintendo for appropriating his identity. Right.
Yuri Geller.
It is Yuri Geller. Do you know what I was going to go on to say there?
No, but I know he supports Exeter City.
Well, we all have our cross to bear.
Yeah.
Yes, Yuri sued Nintendo for $60 million when he claimed that the bent spoon-wielding psychic Pokemon Kadabra was based on him. Presumably the suit was thrown out because while Pokemon and other video game characters can use psychic powers, humans obviously can't. PlayStation 2 exclusive, Capcom introduced us to Dante and which hack and slash series? David Brown.
Devil May Cry.
It was indeed Devil May Cry series, yes. Well done.
I was playing the new one of that recently as obviously to collect the Steam trading cards for it. But yeah, it wasn't as awful as I expected it to be.
I've heard lots of good. I've not played any of the Devil May Cry games to be honest, but I've heard good things about the reboot. Well, a bit of trivia then, seeing as we're talking about the reboots. That reboot was the first in the series that wasn't developed in-house at Capcom. Any of you know who developed it?
Oh.
Go on, Dave.
Is it Ninja Theory?
It was indeed Ninja Theory.
Interesting.
Look.
Yeah. Again, only I owe my gaming knowledge to collecting Steam trading cards.
Another character we were introduced to in 2001 was a fugitive undercover New York cop with nothing to lose. Who might that be?
Well, the obvious answer is Max Payne, so I'll say Max Payne.
And it is the obvious answer, and it is the correct answer. Very good. What was the game's key gameplay feature? Dave Gower.
Bullet time.
It was bullet time, and all the better for being said as bullet time.
I could have done it as slowly as well.
Is it in a Yorkshire accent as well?
Bullet time.
It's a
No.
bullet.
Yeah.
No. Finally, for 2001, this critically well-received but poor-selling first-person supernatural thriller had you play as Patrick Galloway investigating a curse and fighting reanimated members of...
Undying.
Its full title?
Clive Barker's Undying.
Clive Barker's Undying, as you fought members of the Covenant family on their Irish estate. Indeed. Very good.
Good game, that.
What are all these games?
That was 2001. And what a good
Too
year
young
it
for this,
was.
Joe. You're too young for this.
Next is round 4, which this week is our mime and interpretive dance round. Not sure how this will work in an audio format, but we'll give it a try, and if all else fails, I'll just cut in some music. Round 5 is Some People Are on the Pitch, in which each of our players has 30 seconds to pitch a game. While they do so, other players can buzz in to challenge should the picture resort to video game cliches, make direct comparisons to other titles, or stray from the source game. Dave Brown, you're up first this week, and I would like you to pitch Space Hulk, please.
It's the inky blackness of space. And inside this universe are a group of armor-wearing hulks of human flesh, and they walk very slowly towards an enemy that is purple and distended and spiny. So you have the so what you do there, you have the realism of space.
And that's 30 seconds.
Oh god, that was awful.
But
no one challenged me.
No challenge.
0.6 words per minute. That was pretty good.
I'd have got you on space and armor wearing. Okay, so Dave Brown gets away with that completely unscathed, disappointingly, but never mind. Next up is Dave G, and I would like you to pitch to us, please, Dota 2.
So have you ever wanted to know the meaning of pure, unparalleled hatred? Or want to spend your time slowly wishing death upon your fellow man? Well, we have the...
Death.
What?
That's a lot of games.
Wait, what? I didn't hear a buzzer then, but what? Hey?
Oh, you have to buzz.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have to buzz in, yes. It's supposed to buzz in.
right. He's buzzed in. Carry on.
A lot of games make you want to kill yourself and make you wonder the meaning of life. Is a cliche. Plus, you said death. You die in a
Yeah.
lot of games.
The
I
death one?
you don't really wish death, upon
death
other
is a
people.
cliche.
Death is a cliche, but he was wishing death upon his opponents. That's not in itself a cliche.
Oh, it is. You play Counter-Strike. You wish death on every single person you play against
It
on a
isn't people you're
minute-to-minute
playing against.
basis.
This is Dota 2. This is Dota
Yeah, but
2.
it's still,
That-
it's the same principle.
No,
It's the
again,
same principle.
that's a personality flaw with you again, Dave. That's
Yeah, but
that's you and your natural hatred. Whereas me, I'm playing Counter-Strike with people. They shot me. Well done, you. Good shot. I'll learn from that, and I'll try better.
not with a spray and pray. You can't be placid.
No gaming cliches there. I think.
Oh.
Sweet.
That's, bonus XP to Dave G for surviving. And please continue when you're ready.
Well, we definitely have the game for you then. Pick a language that you can speak. Get paired up with people who have it as their 7th language. Play completely mismatched games. Play against people who are the professionals in that game, while you get people who have barely learned to walk. Don't know what to do? Don't worry, we'll provide you with a recommended item list that will be completely garbage.
Items are a cliche. Every game has items in it.
Items are a cliche, Dave. Yes, you can have that. Absolutely right. Right, Dave G, please continue.
Don't know what to do? Don't worry.
And that's your time. But again, relatively unharmed. You got picked up on items, but you said game twice and play twice and didn't get pulled on any of them, so...
Well, because when I pulled people up for that last time around, I could say game 1,000,000 billion times, or if we introduced repetition.
I
No,
think
we
you're
haven't
right
introduced
about
repetition, but a game is a cliche. And
a game is cliche.
a game is a cliche.
that. I was going to say, if he'd been playing a Paradox game and he said, don't know what to do, that would have been a cliche.
Very good. And now it's Joe's turn. And Joe, I would like you to pitch, please, Rome Total War.
So would you like to engage in an activity where you assert your domination over people who aren't you?
Challenge from Dave Brown.
Asserting domination.
Asserting domination. No, I'm not going to say that's a gaming cliche. That's we're looking for specific things within games that are a cliche, aren't they? Asserting domination.
Conquering things.
I don't even necessarily think conquering things is a gaming cliche, because we're then down to specific genres, aren't we?
Mm.
So
I avoided saying conquering because I thought that would be the cliche over asserting your domination, which is a more vague philosophical concept.
And I'd definitely go along with that, Joe. I'm gonna you get the XP for an unsuccessful challenge from Dave, and please continue when you're ready.
So asserting your domination over others who aren't you or who aren't from your society. They are the other, and you must assert your domination because that is your purpose.
Well, he's already said asserting your domination, so now he said it twice. It's a cliche.
I think it needs to be more than twice to be a cliche.
Well, at least you can't say it again now.
I don't know, you could do. It depends on the context at the time.
I'll just keep giving him extra points by challenging.
You do? You're awfully generous. This is the generosity payback for them not challenging you on yours.
Yeah.
Very good. So, no, that's an unsuccessful challenge. Joe, please continue when you're ready.
Among other things, you can make friends.
Making friends, diplomacy, cliche.
Don't know about the diplomacy.
Oh, God, there's millions of games
friends.
with diplomacy in. God.
Every strategy.
You know, you make friends. Make friends. It's diplomacy. That's what it is. It's a cliche.
You know,
You're talking about flipping the tables. I'm going to flip the tables if you don't.
If you just stuck with the making friends in the game, I'd have given it to you. But your insistence on it being diplomacy. No, diplomacy.
But it is diplomacy. It's Rome.
Diplomacy isn't a cliche in games. So no, that's another unsuccessful challenge.
Isn't there a game called Diplomacy?
Yes, there
is a game.
Two games called
And there's plenty of games that have diplomacy in them, but the diplomacy isn't a cliche. Friends in games is a cliche.
How many games does diplomacy have to be in before it's a cliche?
Yes, bloody millions of games. Every 4X, every Civ game, every Paradox game ever, apart from maybe Magicka.
There's a lot of diplomacy in Magicka. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
So anyone who's actually ever played the board game Diplomacy knows it's not actually about making friends. It's about
it's about
stabbing them in the back. And
yes. 6 friends enter, no friends leave.
Yeah.
So you play Diplomacy, the board game.
Well, no, I'm saying it's not a cliche, so it's an unsuccessful challenge. And Joe, please continue when you're ready.
Essentially, if you like looking good in a uniform and you want to spread your uniform to other people, then this is the game for you.
Lots of games have uniforms. Like,
sorry, did you buzz in then? Did you? Sorry.
I did.
Sorry, I didn't hear the buzzer. I apologise.
Is it that bad? I'm sorry. Maybe I need to switch back to Scorpion. What? No, that's not it. Hang on. There we go. There.
Yeah, that's better.
So,
Uniforms in games, there's loads of them everywhere.
Uniforms in games, they are all over the place. You're absolutely right. So that's a successful challenge. Bonus XP to Dave G. And Joe, please continue when you're ready.
It's about history. Really.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lots of games are about history. That's
No, not the games are not about history. Actually.
Oh, there's lots of games about history.
No.
Do you want me to get my Steam list out and read all the games that are about history? It'll take a while, but I'll do it just to get the extra points.
I'd say there's more fantasy, sci-fi, alternate history games than there are actual history games.
There are still a lot of games about history.
You know, you're both
Even
right.
if it's
There are
not
lots of those things, and there are lots of history games, and they're all cliches. But you buzzed in just as time was out there, Dave. So unfortunately,
You got away with that one.
he got away with that one because time was just up as you did that. So
Don't like this round.
That was the longest 30 seconds of all time.
It was, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Get it.
You did well. You did well.
Okay, time now for our final round, which is our deathmatch buzzer round. General gaming knowledge questions, buzz in to answer them. But if you buzz in first and get the question wrong, not only do you award XP to the other players, you're fragged and miss the next question while you respawn.
I'd say fragged is a cliche. We shouldn't be using that word.
Yeah, mine is. We all get a point for that.
Self-destructed.
Very good. Okie doke. Earlier, we mentioned how we were first able to play with Conker the Squirrel in Diddy Kong Racing, but there was another character who was first playable in that game and who would also go on to star in another series of games. Can you name him? Dave?
No.
G.
No, I can't.
But he's right about that.
It's
He
a
is
correct answer,
technically
yeah.
correct,
Can't
yeah.
argue with that. Is absolutely a correct answer. No worries on that. No, the answer was Banjo, the bear from...
Oh, I was going to say that.
Kazooie, right? Okay.
So, yeah, Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie. So, unfortunately, Dave G, you have to sit this follow-up question out.
I believe I was correct.
You were, but it wasn't the answer I was looking for. So, yeah, you
Oh, okay.
get XP for being clever, but you're still wrong. So, just for Dave B and Joe, what instrument does Banjo play?
Is it a banjo?
It
He's just
is
scared
a
to give up.
banjo.
Oh my god.
I wanted it to be a kazoo.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would have been that, yeah.
No, Kazooie is the bird.
Kazooie is
He had
the
Yeah, but that would have been then.
Yeah, but he plays
Banjo
him.
plays the kazoo, and then Kazooie plays the banjo, and then you've
Yeah.
got this whole circle of life thing going on with instruments.
So I think it's a bit too clever for a banjo Kazooie game. It's essentially a Rare's answer to Mario. I don't think they'd be that subtle with it.
I was going to say he plays
at the very start of the game, when you see the banjo at the beginning of Banjo-Kazooie, he's sat there holding a banjo.
well,
Dave wouldn't know that because he doesn't play Nintendo games.
no, I don't. I avoid them. I was going to say he plays the dirty trombone, but I don't know if that was
Oh.
in a kid's game. I don't know if that had gone down well.
Rare came to prominence developing games on the ZX Spectrum, but they weren't known as Rare back then. But
Was it the ultimate play the game?
it was Ultimate Play of the Game. Absolutely correct, yes.
See, this is why having Spectrum is useful.
Wow.
So you can answer one question on a quiz.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I played it. I got a Spectrum specifically in case I got answered a question about a company whose games I even didn't play back then. I would get it correct.
Right, all three of you are still in. Who is the star of the God of War games? I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Joe.
It's Kratos.
It is Kratos.
Very angry Greek man called Kratos, who likes to have sex with a lot of women. Just to point out.
It's not
He's only good at having-
Greek, then.
No. Well, he's only as good at having sex with women as you are at moving an analog stick around, which is kind of a weird thing to be kind of tied in with.
Dr. Ivor Robotnik is also known by what name? David Gower.
Dr. Eggman.
It is Dr. Eggman. When the Nintendo 3DS launched in Japan, it did so with only 7 launch titles, and only one of those was a first-party title. Can you name it? Who was that?
Those
Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Pokemon Black and Pokemon White.
No, Pokemon Black and White games aren't Nintendo 3DS titles, I'm afraid. So that's incorrect.
Oh,
Was it Imagine Babies? No, that's Ubisoft, isn't it?
No, the only first-party title on the 3DS's Japanese launch was Nintendogs and Cats.
Oh, of course.
The other 6 titles were Buster Move, Stroke, Puzzle Bobble Universe, Dinosaurs 3D, Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, Ridge Racer 3D, Samurai Warriors Chronicles, and Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition.
How the hell did it sell so much with that bullshit lineup?
It was a very slow start. To be fair, the sales weren't great at the beginning.
That doesn't surprise me.
It peaked through the holiday seasons. Embracing the digital age, only one of those 7 launch titles is available from Nintendo's eShop. Can you name which one? No.
Like a 1 in 6 chance.
You have got a 1 in 6 chance. I'm going to tell
Roll
you.
the dice.
I thought you might actually suggest it was Nintendo's, that being a first-party title. But
I was going to say that. Yeah.
But it isn't. It isn't available. There's a demo available through the eShop, but not the actual full game. No, the full game that's available to download and buy through the eShop is Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask.
Oh, of course. Why would you have to play a demo of Nintendogs?
So that you knew that you didn't need to buy it.
Why would you? I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't know why people would want to play it in the first place. But also, why would you want to play a demo of a game that I can't understand why anyone would want to play?
Nintendo will launch themselves. They know what they're doing, and who are we to question them? Right, this is the last question of the evening. It's the multifaceted final question. Thanks to the Guitar Hero and Rock Band games, jumping around your room with a small plastic instrument strapped on was all the rage until oversaturation somewhat killed the genre off. As well as various musicians and artists appearing in the games, there were 6 band-specific releases. I'd like you to name the bands and the franchise their version was part of.
Okay.
Go on, Joe.
I can't get all of them, but there was a Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
There was, yeah.
There was crap. Yeah, I've only got one of them. So.
It's all right, Joe. Joe, if you want to have another go, it's still with Joe, Dave. If you want to have another try and see if you can get any more.
There was a Metallica rock band, I think.
That's incorrect, I'm afraid.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So sorry, I'll stop you there.
Right.
Dave, either you want to buzz in now? Dave, you're so enthusiastic.
So was it Guitar Hero Metallica then?
It was Guitar Hero Metallica, yeah.
And was it Guitar Hero Green Day as well?
That's incorrect, I'm afraid.
Oh,
I'll go with one of them.
Go on, Dave.
I think there was a rock band, Beatles.
There was a Beatles rock band, yes.
Yeah,
That's correct.
oh, I know another one.
There was one that was a DJ Hero one, I think. I can't remember what that was about. Was there Let's Dance Spice Girls?
There wasn't.
No.
Well, there may have been a Let's Dance one, but that wasn't one of the Guitar Hero or Rock Band games.
Guitar Hero Van Halen.
There was, but unfortunately it's too late for that now, Dave.
Oh, bloody hell.
You had your opportunity.
I know, but,
the full list was AC/DC, who had a Rock Band track pack of their 1991 live performance at Donington. There was Guitar Hero Aerosmith, Rock Band Green Day, Guitar Hero Metallica, Rock Band Beatles, and Guitar Hero Van Halen. That was the full 6.
I didn't know the AC/DC or the Van Halen one or the Green Day one, but I do remember Beatles now, and I knew there was a Metallica one. I just forgot which franchise it was.
Yeah, it was Guitar Hero, unfortunately, mate.
The AC/DC, I heard that the AC/DC one was awful. I mean, I heard it was bad because I can't remember why, but it was something like they didn't match up to what was going on the screen, and it was just...
Well, it wasn't a full proper game. It wasn't a proper standalone game. It was effectively just a track pack, but it was their full 1991 Donington Monsters of Rock performance. So again, a live performance trying to sync that up as well. I suppose that would make things.
Oh, yeah, and also playing drums for AC/DC is quite boring.
Oh god, yeah.
Because it's not based, it's pure rhythm. There's no fancy stuff. There's no. Yeah, so that wasn't a good decision. Although, you'd think having an AC/DC one was fantastic, but for the other players, other instruments, it wasn't very interesting.
No, I couldn't imagine it being particularly nice vocally either. Unless you've got that kind of gravelly, throaty voice, it wouldn't do you any favours. Okie dokie. Time for our results. Are we excited?
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
I am, yes.
Did I win?
Okay.
I hope I won.
Here we go. In third place, miming with a Hannah Montana guitar-shaped cushion at level 10 is David Brown.
You what?
Oh
No way! For fuck's sake. How many questions did I answer, for Christ's sake?
In second place,
God.
busking outside his local train station at level 13 is David Gower.
Thanks, Brown, for all your free points.
Oh my God. I am lost for words.
Which means our winner and Slash's new favourite drinking buddy at level 14 is Joe.
Thank you. I'm honoured to receive this prestigious award. Thank you, Dave, for all his help in
Collusion.
pitching game round. Sucks to be you guys. So.
Oh man.
Right, all that remains for me to do is thank our players. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Level Up was presented by me, Kev Furlong, and was a Fairly Whaley production.
What the hell is the scoring system? I want to know.
I hate to say this, guys, but I actually bought with real money a leveling buff. That meant I leveled up faster as well.
No wonder we didn't win.
I actually got more points per answer than you guys did. So this is a pay-to-win system. The sooner you get that, the sooner you know.
Damn you, free to play!